Hello, fringers. The following podcast may not be suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Gary.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. Sorry for the delay.
We're here.
It has been a month. I first off want to say to our great audience, it's been a crazy month. I had COVID. My store has been in kind of a weird flux space. More on that later. It's been a month. I'm sorry, and we miss doing this show. I love doing this show. I love creating content for you guys. I love this cast, and obviously we're in our third season now. It's wonderful, and we missed all of you. So thank you for joining us. I see a few of you in the chat. Thank you for coming in tonight. Again, deeply missed all of y'all. So welcome back. I apologize for the delay.
Welcome back.
That's such a good song. Without further ado, I, of course, am Alex the Humanoid. This is Chaos Incorporated. I am your lovely game runner for this lovely actual play of Identico. And if you want to find out more about us, go to playidentico.com. Grab our book. It's such a pretty book. Looky.
It is. Maybe there's even somewhere you could go to buy it for real coming up on November 3rd through 5th.
And on November 3rd through 5th.
I was thinking there might be a game store somewhere that might be
that too. You can come grab it at Gamers Heaven P&W up in Linwood, Washington. You can also go to a Catacon, and for the first time, we won't just be a logo on the wall in a Catacon. We've sponsored it for like 5 or 6 years. We're finally gonna have a presence there. My lovely creative partner Mallo, he will be at a Catacon this year. Caleb is picking up at the airport, apparently.
Oh, it won't be just Caleb, I don't think.
Oh, are we making it a group event?
I would like to.
Let's do it.
I'd like
Party
to do a big
time.
sign.
Yes.
Let's make it a thing.
Okay.
I was gonna make a sign anyway.
Okay.
So if you were going to be, it's still in Ohio. Caleb, tell me where a Catacon is.
still in Ohio.
Yes, we haven't moved. We are.
God, Ohio.
Michael moved to Kentucky or somewhere weird.
A Catacon is happening November 3rd through 5th in Dayton, Ohio, at the Dayton Convention Center. Tickets are available at tabletop.events, and they will also be available at the door.
How much are tickets if I wanted to participate in this great event?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
I believe it's $35 for the weekend.
For the
but
whole
I could be
weekend?
wrong. For the whole weekend, but I could be wrong.
Wait.
But I am going to vamp, however, for just a few seconds
Go.
in the hopes that Caleb is looking it up.
Oh, damn it. I'm not.
My God.
But here's the
Should have done
question.
those improv
Will
gift
they
girls.
be able to meet other members of Chaos Incorporated at a Catacon like Michael?
Maybe.
I'm the worst.
Of course, yes. I will also be at a Catacon.
Like, let's say somebody wanted to come in and play a game of Uno with you at a Catacon.
I mean, I will be there, and I do enjoy Uno. I'm actually hosting 2 games, doing 2 sessions of the game Dragonbane. I'll be running 2 sessions of that, one on Friday, one on Sunday morning. I will be running a panel discussion on how to create interesting characters around your table or for productions. And then I also will be running the Catacon Karaoke Bash.
I was going to ask about karaoke.
Friday night and Saturday night. 2 5-hour blocks.
Wow.
Karaoke for your enjoyment.
That is a lot of
it's a
karaoke,
thing.
folks.
It's a thing.
So
I will not be able to speak on Sunday, so the people in my Sunday morning game, I feel bad for them. It can be a lot of sign language.
So for everybody that would like to meet the cast and play some Identico and do some stuff, you can go to a Catacon November 3rd to 5th in Dayton, Ohio at the Dayton Convention Center. And I think Caleb has a price for us now.
$50.
For the whole weekend?
For the whole weekend, that's just a 3-day badge. You can buy individual badges. If you feel squirrely and want to run games, it's only $25 as long as you run 2 events for us. Events can be panels. There are no ticket or table costs for any games. So that general admission gets you into the entire event.
You get into the whole hullabaloo.
The whole hullabaloo, and then you can register for panels. You can register for karaoke. We've got a game swap this year. We've got multiple raffles. Our biggest raffle prize pool ever. It's
We
bananas.
actually have true raffles this year because we have a charitable partner, I believe, Kaylee.
That is true. We do. So, unlike previous
Is
years,
it who I think it is?
I don't know. Who do you think it is?
It may very well be.
The charitable partner, is it 0.5 past?
It is 0.5 past. Yes.
Wait,
So
what's 0.5 past?
Oh my God! Why are you making me do these things I didn't prepare for that I should have logically prepared for?
How dare I?
How dare you?
Sounds like my weekends.
Oh,
0.5 Past Entertainment is a charitable organization of entertainers committed to using their entertainment skills to raise awareness for a variety of charities. This year, for the first time ever, 0.5 Past is partnering with the Catacon. Donations to pelotonia.org, a cancer research charity started right here in Ohio 15 years ago. We will be donations made to them through 0.5 Past will get bonus raffle tickets for anyone who cares to do so. All of these donations go straight to the charity. They're all tax deductible. No funny business middleman stuff.
and I also heard a rumor.
Oh, boy.
Somebody who's in the upper right-hand corner of our stream, maybe in the booth right next to Identico at a Catacon.
Say you got a broken heart.
You're gonna be there, Alex?
I'm not. I said upper right. Upper right.
I don't. You're on the upper right on my Discord screen.
No.
My upper right is also you.
I'm saying for the way that the audience sees it, it's their upper right.
Yeah. It's also in my upper right. You're
Yeah.
over there.
You're down there.
While we're at it, Kaylee, are
I'm-
you going to have a
I'm
booth
mirrored,
at
so I
a
gotta go this
Catacon?
way. My image is mirrored, so I have to go this way.
There you go. Yes. I
Everybody
also
poking Kaylee.
myself and my actual LLC company, Rainbow Dragon Prince, will be there. We will be at a table right next to the wonderful people of the Catacon. A Catacon? No, Identico. That's
Everyone
what we're
will be in
talking
a
about.
Catacon.
Shut. I mean, if you're not there, you're not there.
We're really good at this.
Really good at
Mallo's going to have
this
to
is
cut
what
all this
happens
out
when we
later
take
to
a
build a
month off.
promo, and it's going to be great because he'll stick it on TikTok. Because this promo needs to go on TikTok because it will do well there because it's funny.
This is
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
very
I'm just
good
gonna
at
leave.
Side, cutting this out is going to cut out at least like a third of the episode. So that's
Yeah.
Good.
So yes, you can see me. I had my business Rainbow Dragon Prince, 3D printed dragons, dice towers. I'm currently working on a dice tray. I've got these really cool little portable dice towers, so you can roll your dice in them. They stay stored, all that kind of thing. This one may or may not say Identico on it, but I can't be sure because that might be a copyright violation. I'll have to see what happens. So.
I would have to actually enforce that, and I don't really care.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You're gonna have to give those to me. Okay, yeah.
It's very wonderful. Go see the team at a Catacon. I wish I could make it. Life is once again preventing me from going, but Mallo will be there. So, finally, Identico at a Catacon. We're very excited. I know.
Now that we've done the end of the show at the beginning,
You know
I'm
what? Then we
gonna-
don't have to do it at the end of the show, right?
that's
I'm
true.
gonna
We can just
hug
hang
the
up.
absolute hell out of that, out of Mallow.
You know
He
what?
is gonna get
He-
such a
He
hug.
doesn't have anything else to do but get hugs.
Oh, he's getting it.
he's
There
gonna
you
get
go.
free hug sign then.
There you
Get it
go.
good.
There you go. All right.
Give it to him.
I think he might be in the chat. I'm just saying. Okay.
Wait, we have a chat going. I probably should pay attention to that.
Dot, we see you in the chat. We miss you too. We look forward to the day that you're able to come out to the show. We love you very much. On that note, our great cast is back again today. First out to shoot is Michael playing our intrepid Leo, and right now, falling down drunk, Maxi.
Pain very well reminds us that we are alive, but love reminds us why.
Oof.
Very nice. Not to be left behind is our wonderful hacker, Shawn, played by Kaylee.
If karma doesn't hit you, then I will.
You did hit some people last session and did some cool, like, preventing Zed from getting hurt up. Speaking of Zed, last but not least, the game runner for Neon Trails and our third cast member for today is Caleb, playing the operative Zed lane.
We press down the hands of a clock to try to stop it from ticking that last second.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. We've had a couple episodes since we were all together as a cast. I'm going to encourage you to go to youtube.com/Identico to catch up on those past episodes, which you can also catch up on past episodes of Neon Trails, as well as some of our shorter one-shot or series adventures like Deep in the Heart of Texas. So go back there and check out. Suffice it to say, it's been a bananas little while, but the team has a goal, an objective. They need to get into that research facility and grab the tech, and they've got a party planned. And it's almost party time. So, Zed and Shawn, you've come back from the place, you had come back from the bar where the incident happened with Zed.
Mm-hmm.
You see someone snoring on the couch.
How did he get out here? Was there too much vomit in his bedroom?
I thought you cleaned that up, didn't you?
Yes. But maybe he filled it again. I don't.
Yeah, he probably did it again.
When does the rally part of Boot and Rally happen? Because I'm kind of done right now.
I don't know. I'm fine. You know, after bingy nights, I'm usually pretty good. So,
All right. Do you see any weapons on him?
Do you mind keeping it down a little?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we bothering you, friend?
No, never bother. Never a bother.
A trash can gets gingerly placed next to your head.
No, I think I'm done with that part of it. Thanks.
So, what did we learn?
To spend more money on better drinks.
We do have a very big expense account. There's truth in that.
I don't think that was the lesson we were going for, but whatever.
I'm sure it's not the lesson you were going for, I'm sure, but... And it's not really the lesson I learned. I was being sarcastic. I'm sure you understood that as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Maxi, I need you to pull it together. We all do. We're fighting so hard right now. And we are not gonna be successful at this job or at staying alive if we cannot get our heads on straight, get our shit together, and operate as a team. I know that
I agree.
I know that shit's real bad with you right now. I know you're in a tough headspace, but we need to work instead of punish our bodies like you are doing. I'm trying my best. I need you to be our backbone, our foundation. I need you to keep us safe.
The guy who can shoot? The guy who notices things before they go shit sideways?
Yeah, otherwise the two of us go out and get roughed up by some dipshit hillbilly.
That almost happened.
Who's not even part of this whole fighting an evil robot who may or may not be from outer space or from the future or whatever the fuck is happening.
What was really handsy.
Out of character question, did either Zed or Shawn come back with an extra weapon?
No, I left the gun on the table if I remember correctly.
end of the day, bottom line, whatever we want to say, we all got thrown into this shitstorm together. We've built a very strong, positive, working unit here, and we cannot move forward if that breaks down. And I do not want to lessen the pain that you were going through and your struggle, but I want us to prioritize and triage so that we are not breaking down while we try to move forward.
Zed, is this the part where you tell me that I should feel seen?
I don't know. This is not my normal spiel, so I will say whatever I need to say to stop you being ridiculous.
How about this?
That sounds a little more normal.
Right now, we need you. We need the Maxi that we've been with for the past God knows how long. The Maxi was with us in Silicon City. The Maxi that sniped a drone our first night in Silicon City.
Brought
The
the
Maxi
cops
that-
down on us.
Yeah, the Maxi that randomly grabbed Redcap
Oh yeah,
and then performed impromptu surgery in the back of a moving truck while drones were shooting at us.
That was slick.
Yeah, we need that Maxi. We need the Maxi who went running on the beach every freaking morning to the point where he was so tan he glowed in the dark. We need that
Sexy.
Maxi. If you want to return to this Maxi, the feel sorry for yourself, work out your emotions Maxi, we need you to do it after we're out of danger. And we'll help you. We'll find whoever's causing you pain and we'll do things to them.
We
I'll ruin
can
the
go
credit.
on.
I'll sign
We
them
can
up
go
with
on a
porn.
bender. We can go on a bender all together. It'll be great.
Yeah, that too.
Just so we're all clear. The Maxi that you want back and the Maxi that is sitting on this couch right now are the same Maxi. Make no mistake.
It's hard to tell from what we're standing.
I may have let some things slip the last week or two. But this Maxi is still more than capable of doing all the things that you need him to do. But I will not sit here and be preached at by two individuals who have just, well, less experience at dealing with their own trauma tangibly than what I've been through the last 2 weeks.
Okay, so I don't want to be a dick, but isn't your trauma just seeing
for
your ex and then getting super fucking drunk?
It's a little more complicated than that said.
I mean, it's not like, the person you loved and you were, mentally invaded and probed by an alien, semi-alien cyber intelligence to the point where, one of the pair of you had to leave the other one behind and go off and live like a hermit somewhere in a techless, desolate land. No, I'm sure that's much worse. Or no, wait, it's not worse. Or is it worse? I can't tell anymore. We're not trying to belittle what you're going through. We just need to get our shit back together.
No, you need me to get my shit back together.
Well,
That's
you're
what this
part of this
conversation
team.
is about.
Right, but Zed, correct me if I'm wrong, but Maxi's part of this team, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what affects you affects us. So if your shit isn't together, our shit isn't together. So we need to get our collective shit together.
You're also not even telling us what's wrong, man. If this is something deeper and more involved, and that's your private life, that's fine. But you haven't said anything. You haven't really helped us help you. And maybe you don't want that help. That's fine. But also, we're going to die painfully if we don't stop this
I
happening.
mean, you might. I'm hoping to kind of go out in a blaze of glory, but you know.
Well, yeah, you've got weird magic powers.
Yeah.
I don't. I've got the moneymaker here.
You've got
and
arms.
And
the arms?
those like work half the time. As soon as one of these fucking robots punches me in the face, I lose all value to this team. So
That's not true either.
okay, if they punch me in the face and the voice box, larynx thing, the talkie box, that's like my second thing.
If the two of you want to know what I've been dealing with, I'll tell you.
Okay. Shawn sits cross-legged in a chair.
My former life has risen up in some sort of twisted phoenix in the last 3 weeks. A life I put far behind me, or at least I thought so. My former mentor, former teammates, former lover, have all come barreling back into my life. And on top of that, the foundation for much of who I am right now was pulled out from under me due to certainly decisions that I made. And I allowed myself to feel things again that perhaps I picked the wrong time to feel. So the treatment that I have chosen was to use fermented grain to try to blur those things so that I could cope. Not ideal, I am aware. And I'm sorry that this has been an inconvenience to the plan. But I am here. We have a job to do. And as you've stated already, we are a team. And I play a role on that team that I need to be able to fulfill. So what's the plan?
For the record, it's not that what you're doing is an inconvenience. It's that Shawn and I are unable to help you right now. And that is frightening. We've been relying on each other for a long time. And with all of the things we cannot control and cannot understand, at least me personally, the foundation we have, the three of us, is crucial. And I don't give a shit if you want to go out and get smashed. That's fun. Do it. But when we as a team, as a unit, as friends break down, that same thing you just talked about is happening to us. And we've all been dealing with a lot of blows to our personal foundations. And I think we've all tried to cope in our own ways. And I just don't want us to fall apart. Can't lose each other. And I'm sorry for not being a better help.
Zed, you and Shawn neither owe me an apology at all. The two of you are the reason that I'm sitting on this couch and not still holed up in the bedroom. And the two of you are the reason that I'm going to get up, make myself a curative, and get in the shower, and prepare for business.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to say one last thing on this. We take care of this shit, and then whatever you need, let's take care of that. Because when Apex left, you let me wallow for a while, and then you kicked my ass until I got my shit together. So let us do that for you. Okay? Deal?
Shawn, if I had a target that I could point us at, I would. But yes, this can all wait.
Yeah, we'll find a target, even if we have to envision one and make one up. But we get through this as a team, as a family. We don't run off and do it ourselves. Once it's done. So.
Once it's done. If you'll excuse me, I have some eggs and Tabasco to mix.
I could make it for you if you want.
I should do this myself.
All right.
As Maxi walks over to the kitchen to begin making himself eggs and Tabasco, Zed, you receive a text from Vixen on your glow. She says, everything's prepped for the party tonight. Do you want a table and bottle service? Question mark. Winky face.
Of course. Yes, normally yes, as per usual. Thumbs up emoji.
Any particular type of waitstaff you would like for your table? I've got a great selection.
Do you have pictures?
She sends you 4 pictures.
Are there any that are buff dudes in tight pants and corsets?
Buff dude, but in a banana hammock.
So I'll respond back.
And go-go boots.
I'll respond back. I want this to be a little classier. So let's swap out the go-go boots and banana hammocks for like skin tight pants, shirtless with corset vests.
She says,
And still clip-on bow ties.
fair enough. So I'm taking it you want number 2?
Yeah, just switch out the wardrobe.
Gotcha, boss.
That's why I pay you the big bucks, kiddo.
Maxi's cracking eggs into a tall glass. Tall
Okay.
Pilsner. Dropping some Tabasco in there. He's cut up a little bit of onion.
Hitting that
Bitters.
raw, are we? Give me a determination check.
Hey, we're playing a game with dice? What?
I know, right? Holy crap. Dice.
Shawn, you
Yo.
also give me a determination check.
Oh. I like my new dice tray because that's a nat 20.
Okay. Maxi?
Hold on, I'm seeing if I have any skills that might help me with this. It's not bad. I got an 18.
Oh, an 18's fine. Yeah. Like, I was just seeing if you were going to yerp it back up. No. You're like, you power that down. And in fact, the Tabasco, the burn on the back of your tongue from the Tabasco, like, wakes you up. Shawn,
Bitters and Tabasco.
your determination check actually keeps you standing. Something that Abiel had warned you about was that as you're going through your thing where you, in most instances, you see various possibilities, but only within a few seconds of the moment you're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Now you see 4, but it's definitely not the moment you're in now because it's not where you are. It's a black concrete street with bright lights all around you. In one instance, Zed is laying on the concrete in front of you dead. In one, Maxi's laying on the concrete in front of you dead. In one, you're staring down at yourself, at your stomach, bleeding. And in the last one, it's someone you don't recognize.
Lying on the ground dead.
Mm-hmm. It takes about 4 seconds for it to all flash before your eyes, and then it's done. But you manage to like stay upright, and like it doesn't even like phase you. You don't even think the other ones had noticed it.
Did I notice like what time of day it was?
It was night.
Right time? Okay. Shawn sits down rather heavily for a second, and like their eyes keep like doing this, thinking really hard, darting back and forth. Like either they're looking at something on their tech head, or they're just thinking really hard.
Nothing that Shawn and Maxi have not seen 1,000 times.
Right.
Maxi, so you finished your concoction. That's when you realize, like, as you finish drinking it, that the taste in your mouth is that foul, like, 2-day
Post-yerp?
bender taste.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Desperate need of a toothbrush and mouthwash.
Yeah.
So Maxi chugs that back, stands in the kitchen for a minute, and just kind of centers himself, and then I'm actually gonna make a perception check. Notice check here. See if I'd like to see if I notice that that Shawn has zoned out, at least briefly.
Yeah, they look like they're doing something hacky. That's what it reminds you of.
My check is a 22.
It's similar to that, but a little off.
Okay. Zed. Joan.
What?
Zed, like when Maxi says Zed, Maxi like kind of tilts his head toward Chum.
Oh, you don't say it. Okay.
He doesn't say it.
Am I missing something? Are we okay? What? I'm sorry. I was looking at these pictures for this evening and I got distracted.
Joan.
By distracted, he means horny.
Thank you. Yeah. Sorry. Hi.
Rebecca de Hornay.
That can be arranged.
Joan, are you all right?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Were you in the midst of interacting with something?
I'm just thinking about things and stuff. Alex, do I remember how Maxi and Zed were dead?
Both of them had gunshots to the head.
Okay. Where's this party gonna be at, Zed? Again? I forgot already.
It was that club we found. I pull up the name on my glow that I think we talked about last session that I totally forget now. There was a strip club that we found.
It's a strip club.
That Elio really liked, and we were going to do a Bosco takeover. So whatever the name of that club was that you told us a month ago, that's what I say right now.
Yes.
There we go.
And also, it's a strip club, which is why like Vixen's like responding to you. But as you recall that it's a strip club, you're like, actually, the banana hammock was pretty appropriate.
Hey, Bosco brings a degree of class that is unsurpassed.
Anyway, Chone like gets the name, nods, and then grabs their glow and starts like flipping through like street views trying to find it. Alex, I'm gonna try and like look at every intersection within a half mile of that location.
Give me an intelligence or perception check.
Alex, if I'm making a roll against Chone's ability to hide what they were thinking or feeling, I think I'd use an insight. I'd use insight, but what would be I'd be rolling against for Chone?
Deception.
I'd like to roll an insight check.
Chone, give me a deception check.
Okay. I don't really have a deception, I don't think. Let me look at page 2 of my sheet here. Maybe I do? I don't know.
Well,
Deceit.
is
I do.
under
I
charisma.
do. Holy shit. I have a skill. I'm actually good at deceit. I'm good at lying and shit. That's holy shit. That's that's almost a max. That's 30.
Wow, you put a lot of points into lying. What'd
Yes,
you get,
I
Maxi?
did.
Yeah, no. I got a 22.
No.
I've been studying at the altar of Zed for the past couple years.
No, Chone seems to just be doing their random, normal pre-op research. They appear to be looking at street views of stuff near the strip club.
Maxi takes another moment to just give Chone a stare, and then shakes his head and heads off to the shower.
How long is the stare? Is it more than 3 seconds?
It's a good 6-second stare. It's long enough to make Chone feel the stare.
At the 5-second, like Chone looks up at you. Fine. I'm trying to find what corner it is to see if I can prevent you from bleeding out.
Wait, what?
Or you.
What?
Or me.
What? This is confusing.
I don't know who the other is, but I don't really give a shit as long as it's not me or you or you.
or you
Bleeding
or me.
But either way,
Wait,
but I mean, if you get shot in
wait.
the face, it's probably
Wait.
not going to be a matter of bleeding out.
Did you see something?
Oh yeah. Remember how I told you that like occasionally I get little flashes a couple seconds in advance of shit? Like that's how I get to how sometimes I can dodge stuff, that kind of thing. This was a little more not now. So there's like this like street really well lit. It was nighttime and I caught like 4 images. They were all like, it was like a slideshow almost. It lasted like a second each. And you were there, and then you were there, and then and the third one, I was there but bleeding, and the fourth one, some female, was it Alex? Some woman was lying on the ground bleeding. So yeah. Maybe we should cancel this.
Give me an intelligence check, Shawn.
I has them. That's a 10. That's a 14.
Looking back at your time, because if you recall, and for those that missed it, go back to season 2. You spent like 2 weeks with Abiel
Yeah.
on the beach inside the simulation. Abiel explained to you when these things happen, it's possibilities, right? Time behind you is immutable. Time in front until it occurs, there are events.
Well, it collapses into a point of singularity.
Right. And so, like, when you're doing it with your dodge elements, right, you're seeing when someone punches you the various ways. Is it a body shot? Is it a face shot? Right? Are they going to go for a shoot in and grab? Your brain sees the various possibilities and lines in on the most likely. The further out it is,
The more random it could be.
The more random
and
it
the
could
more
be, and it could
options
be-
we have to change it.
and it also could be none of the above. Those tend to be the strongest in that they are either the most likely or the ones that would cause the most quantum shock to your brain, not necessarily the most likely.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, yes, those would be, 3 of those would be very shocking to my brain. Especially with me getting shot. That would be very shocking, actually. So, John's like, so, I mean, they're possibilities. It doesn't mean that it's gonna happen, but I mean, what are we wearing tonight, Zed? You still haven't answered that. You just ordered the clothing. Does it have by any chance?
Oh, the boxes are
ballistic-
there when you came back from the bar.
Right, but we haven't. We haven't.
You haven't opened them yet.
Because Shawn
He
made
had-
the mistake of saying
Zed had
you
ordered
can do whatever it
special
is.
outfits for all 3 of you.
Yes.
So Maxi's
there-
showering and prepping
Is there
to put on their
ballistic
outfit.
face wear?
No.
Okay. Don't get shot in the face then. Safety tip.
I'll try my best. That's just a normal safety tip. What are you talking about?
Get shot
Work-
in the face.
Work harder at it, okay?
I'll do my best.
So Zed, will you describe the outfits as you unbox them? And I'm presuming like kind of lay them out on the big marble island
Get shot in the face.
of your
Yes.
suite?
Did you clip it? Did you clip it?
I did not.
I
Oh,
did. Haha, thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
I hope I did.
All right. So
I don't know.
this is a Bosco event.
It is.
So
It's a Bosco joint.
a Bosco
Joint.
joint. So for Maxi is going to be the head of the bodyguard situation. He is going to be wearing a very similar suit to what he usually wears, except that it is skin tight and not see-through, more like a mesh. There's a very nice vest that's kind of not sequency but very glamorous And it's kind of like a cravat situation, not a tie, not a bow tie, like a very nice cravat. And
Maxi
yeah,
is
that's
as
Maxi.
indecently dressed as he can be. Again, I picture the opaque see-through mesh, but with the vest and like almost like a something covering below, like where everything is covered, but nothing is covered because it's skin tight.
Yes.
So Maxi holds this up and turns it kind of on the turns it in his hands a bit. Kind of lowers it and looks at Zed. How am I supposed to conceal a weapon in this?
You're
Vixen
not.
had taken care of that. You've got guns hidden under the tables.
This is for the spectacle.
Do I need to get an extra piercing?
No, the ones you have are fine.
Understood.
Okay, we got Maxi covered. What about Chone? Now, wait, also, question for the audience. What identity is Chone taking in this time? Because Chone said that they were not taking the same identity they had the last time you pulled Bosco out in the tower. So what
Right.
identity is Chone using this time?
Chone isn't quite sure because Chone left it up to Zed. But they did say that they have the whole nano hair thing, so any hair color is possible, and their hair is longer than normal. So
For Chone,
for
Zed
the
would
record,
have
Chone does look a little pale at seeing the fishnet skin tight bodysuit.
So Zed would have checked first if Chone wanted to be on the masculine side or the femme side.
It would be the femme side because that would offset Bosco's Boscoiness.
Right. Because Zed would have wanted to be
Yes, that
On the same
that
page.
discussion happened over the burgers.
right. Okay, so this is going to be kind of like a one-piece swimsuit with like a big S curve that comes from the shoulder across the chest, down your side a little bit, and then into the bathing suit area. So
it's like instead of two straps, it's one strap.
yeah, so it's
So
like
it's one across. Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
So
Material.
this is going to be a very shimmery, slick, again, not latex or anything along those lines, kind of fluid, and it's dark black, but it catches the light and you get that kind of purpley blue reflection in it.
Okay.
There is, just like with Maxi, that kind of mesh see-through, but it's like a big, like a sundress.
Like an
Over
overdress almost? Okay.
Yeah. And then, like a low heel boot that comes up to just below the knee.
Material of the boot? Leather,
That-
but the same sort of color or an offset color?
That will be a very dark, almost black purple,
Okay.
to be like the accent color, which was also the accent color of Maxi's cravat, because that
There's a
color
theme.
is what's going to be Bosco.
Okay.
Bosco is wearing Bosco is wearing purple trunks.
Like a boxer type trunks, or
Yeah, but more like hot pants.
okay.
And he's got the like open back vest. So it's very form-fitting over his chest. It comes around his neck, but his back is exposed. Comes around his waist, all in this same dark purple. And then he's got a very big Bosco hat. And kind of ankle boots.
In my mind, and correct me if I'm wrong, so I think that the your top actually fastens at the back with like a silver ring
Yes.
that shimmers in the light. It catches it, and then it kind of comes around and
Yeah.
Okay.
And there you go. There's our fashion montage.
So as you all prep for
fan
the
artists
party,
get busy.
and grab some food, you're snacking. Maxi, you're showered, fresh mouthwash, feeling fresh.
Zed, I have one question on this.
Shoot.
The black, the purple, very tasteful actually. I'm a little surprised you didn't go with full latex, so not a complaint, pleasantly surprised. What color should I do the hair? I was thinking, do you want me to draw attention or to fade? I was thinking like an electric blue if we want to draw attention, but we'll play off the purple.
Yeah, because the point of this is we are the center point of this party. So, yes. Yes for attention.
Okay. Then Chon will program the nano hair to go like this, almost like start with ice blue and then tone it down, go darker towards royal, and till they find kind of a sweet spot in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got it.
So the plan for tonight, and Zed will pull up a couple different screens on the table projector that'll show images of the club and what Vixen has done to set it up for the Bosco party. So this is going to be a big takeover event. We've been promoting it. Everyone knows about it. Huge guest list. Tons of bouncers and guards kicking people out who aren't on the list, making it a big spectacle. We know that Elio is going to be there.
Yes.
So this is going to be kind of run out the length of the party, put on a show, get him inebriated, get him into a back room, and then Vixen has the gear we've used before to duplicate everything we need from an impersonation standpoint. As the night goes on, Vixen and I will swap places so that we can exit and Bosco will stay and keep the party going. As simple as it can be before everything goes sideways on us.
And how do we anticipate things going sideways?
Because nothing we ever do happens the way we want it to. I don't know. I guess if Elio doesn't show up, but I mean, we put him on the list. It's his normal place to go, so he's a regular. So unless he gets like sick or something and doesn't show up, If something goes wrong with the equipment and we don't get a good scan and clone off of him, but if someone crashes the party and shit goes sideways, I don't know. But I paid a lot for, well, somebody paid a lot for these door guards, so hopefully, no killer robots come in on us.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully.
But other than that, it's just putting on a show and waiting for Vixen to give us the signal.
All right. I guess we get ready.
Yep.
Understood.
Shawn heads to the bathroom and to get ready.
You're dressed and ready to go. All three of you.
So Bosco would also have a very noticeable vehicle.
Oh yeah. So you have a auto drive SUV limousine in hypercolor. Right? So as it passes, it changes color with a fully undercarriage light show coming out from underneath it. The wheels project holograms to the side with Bosco's personal logo. And the windows along the side are an LED-backed piece that show various scenes from Bosco's life.
Which is a very, very cultivated story, which is definitely not true.
Yes. But scenes from Bosco's life, air quotes, are played on the windows as you drive down the road.
Honestly, that's a lot more tasteful than I thought it was going to be. I figured there'd be holograms off the front with like stallions pulling the limo, that type of thing.
Here's the thing: the limo's fine. It would be worse, but publicly displaying pornography on the outside of the window is illegal.
Wow.
Right. So
Weird.
It's
even Bosco follows the rules.
Yeah. So, but it shows Bosco's life is a like Caligula-esque orgy.
Tasteful though.
Of debauchery and like excess. Excess is the best way I can put it.
Yes. But he's a classy guy. I brushed that line for all the public.
So the vehicle is waiting for you in the lobby of the hotel when you all come down and transports you. It has two valets. The inside of the vehicle is stocked with fine champagne, caviar, various other, amuse-bouche, high-end vodkas, high-end scotches.
Maxi abstains.
Do you eat any of the food? There's like little finger bites.
Shawn made very sure to eat beforehand because this outfit is incredibly form-fitting. And they also don't want to drop anything on it. Bosco has an image to maintain, after all.
You arrive at the club where you see two lines going in, one with the guest list and then one for the standby. The standby is packed. You are brought straight to the front door where you are. The doors part for you, both double doors open, and the door people like incline their heads in a polite bow as you walk through. One of the waiter that you had selected personally introduces himself to Bosco, kissing Bosco's hand.
Bosco does the thing where he doesn't actually acknowledge staff, but lets that happen.
Okay. So after he kisses Bosco's hand, he leads you to your private booth. Maxi, you have a second to kind of like feel under, and there is like multiple pistols, like basically holster stuck to the bottom of the table, and a couple of knives.
And the private booth is like an elevated dais.
Yes.
Where
above,
Bosco can survey.
Literally in the center of the dance floor.
Yes.
And it slowly rotates.
Yes. So it is an elevated dais about 18 inches above the primary dance floor. It does slowly rotate, but it's in the middle of the dance floor where Bosco can not only survey but be gazed upon.
That's crucial.
By the crowd. By the time Bosco arrives fashionably late, the crowd is in various states of dress and undress.
And this was promoted.
Once you're inside, there is no dress code per se.
And this was also promoted as a special BDSM party, which means there are various accoutrements of that type of party have been specially brought in and installed. Some are for clientele use. Some are for performers that are putting on shows.
Okay. Maxi, in your position, go ahead and give me 3 perception checks as you start your scan of the room. Now, this place there is lasers and strobes and things and just a mass of sweaty bodies, again, in various states of dress, covered in alcohol. Like, it is chaos personified from a tactical perspective.
First check was a 15, the second check was a 22, and the third check was an 18.
Okay. Shawn, are you doing any system? So you already had a pre-system tap for this place beforehand. Go ahead and give me a software check just to reestablish kind of your zone. So you start building a surveillance network inside the building.
So this roll is very unbelievable.
It's
okay.
It's very basic.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna have to control delete this because. So I roll 3 d20s, right?
Did you roll a 1?
My tech head rolled a natural 20. My glow rolled a natural 20. My software check rolled a natural 1. That is literally Chaos Incorporated, and I'm going to control delete that, please.
Okay, go ahead and give me another roll. Maxi, your first look around is just you trying to get your bearings. This place, again, is chaos. Tactically, it's making you nervous. Your second roll, something's off. You can't put your finger on it, right? There is so much activity, there's so much going on, but something, it's like you're looking around and you keep seeing something out of the corner of your eye, but you can't, in the chaos of people dancing and grinding and just like, it hasn't gone to full blown like everything, but there is, you know, people making out everywhere and I mean, it is just bananas. Your second one, again, you catch something, and your third one, you're just like, it's right out of the corner of your eye, and you can't quite get your finger on it. Now, Maxi is maintaining like full-blown professional demeanor, right? In spite of Maxi's dress and things like that, I'm presuming Maxi's kind of standing to one side and like in scan mode. Because Maxi is still the bodyguard.
Maxi's definitely taken a nearby but also elevated position. So he's trying to stand just slightly above the crowd to get a better range of scanning, range of view.
And there's a specific spot for Maxi because it's kind of like the trophy dude.
Thanks. And yeah, and Maxi stands in that spot for the most part, pretty, stock still. Scanning left and right, not making a lot of large movements.
Okay. Shawn, what'd you get for you? Go ahead.
He will raise his hand upward toward his ear and say into a comm, "Something's off, everyone. Stay frosty."
Shawn, what'd you get for your second roll?
54.
Okay. You've got your full surveillance net up. It's got bio readings on everybody in the room. Obviously, there's too much data for Shawn to just process themselves, right? So you're running it through a filter, trying to look for weird shit.
Aberrations, yeah.
Yep.
And Chone's like, in contrary to Maxi's kind of like standing aside, like above Chone's on Bosco, like not like molesting him, but like draped against Bosco as arm candy. And that lets them do more while not being noticed.
Yeah, there's like a half circle booth that Bosco is lounging against with his arms outstretched, kind of lounging with his legs stretched out, and shown in this persona can be against like half of his body, and it's spinning
Did
very
you instruct
slowly.
Vixen to bring you real liquor, or are you doing faux stuff right now?
Oh, I'm not drinking. Zed is not consuming alcohol.
Vixen's got you faux stuff that looks like liquor bottles, but isn't. Right? You see Shawn on your surveillance thing, because one of the things it does is it puts a mini tracker on each member of the wait staff. You're very impressed. They move super efficiently through the crowds, grabbing empties, delivering new drinks, like popping bottle service into the other private tables. Like they are, whoever the waits, like the staff here is
Top notch.
top tier. Is there anything you want to do for the moment? Or are you hanging out for a little bit?
So my plan was, after we make the spectacle of hanging out for a little bit, there would be several occurrences where Bosco and company leave the dais to go to a private room and then come back, because that would be the cover then for the body swap when Vixen takes over. So maybe we hang out for an hour or so, and then we start doing these little leave and come back.
After the first 40 minutes, people are able to start purchasing private shows from the normal workers at the facility. Not the wait staff, but the other workers at the facility. After your first swap back in, Vixen comes up to you. She goes, Zanino just requested a private show from his two favorite performers.
Perfect. Let's make it happen.
This might be what you're looking for, boss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shawn, you're able to track Zanino and the performers as they make their way back to one of the private booths, which are normally VIP rooms when it's just a strip club. But now they've outfitted like heavier, like again, using the same purple tone that Bosco has dictated for the night, heavier curtains. And the cameras in there have been disabled for the night to the general security staff because of the style of shows they're putting on in that night.
But I'm going to attempt to override those.
Yes.
Obviously.
Elio comes in. He chats with the performers for about 2 or 3 minutes. The show that he paid for generally runs 45 to 50 minutes. There is a kind of a moon-shaped couch on one side with like a chase lounge piece to it that Zanino has kind of done that. Before they kind of get rolling, one of the wait staff brings in a variety of like drinks and like little appetizers for him.
And in my mind, coming into this plan, those were where we were going to knock him out with some drugs.
Before he starts partaking, the show starts and Zanino kind of strips from the waist down as he begins watching the show.
He's just a sleazy guy.
This is normal behavior, though, in this kind of establishment. And he begins partaking of the stuff as the live show commences. After about 10 minutes, you see him kind of start to nod.
Almost showtime.
Vixen goes, "Do you want me to pull the performers now?"
Yes.
She goes to a little like side room off the performance room and opens a back door that's like very thin, but enables them to get out for a second. So the two performers leave for just a moment. Maxi, give me another perception check.
Different die. There. 24.
You've made at least one spotter. Shawn, give me another software check. Caleb, the Vixen leads Zed over to the room and kind of like palms you the little bag you've got for your kit to do what you need to do. You come in again. Zanino's kind of stripped from the waist down, but now he's kind of like very like gently asleep against the chase lounge.
So the
Vixen starts watching the doorway.
So I'll grab the equipment out of there, which is going to be
Facial scanner, retinal scanner, and fingerprints.
Yep. Whatever we need to clone his.
And a chip cloner.
Yep. All that kind of basic stuff.
Okay.
Wait, are we making a Mission Impossible mask?
Yeah.
Yes. That's the whole point of this. That's 100% what we're doing.
We have
And
a
then-
little molding thing? The
Yes. Yeah.
So Caleb, while you're
Except Zed has a glam, so it's just a digital copy. It's not
Okay.
the latex pullover. I'm now.
while Zed's
It's
working
not
on
the
that,
briefcase that's creating a mask inside
Shawn,
the briefcase.
give me
What
a
it would
what'd you
be.
what'd you get? Oh, that bad. And you've already used your control alt delete.
Yep. That die
Maxi,
needs to go in the.
You've got a
downside.
spotter. It's someone in generally femme presenting, heavily cybered out. They're wearing an all leather outfit, ankles to neck, right? With slits that just barely hide everything, top to bottom, right?
T to B.
Yes. They have fire engine red, so their head is shaved except for a fire engine red top knot that comes out of the top of their head and goes all the way down to the middle of their back, right? Bright red, really long, like probably 3-inch fingernails, right? Definitely got like cyber down through the face, the neck, right? Eyes have definitely been replaced because, you know, humans' eyes aren't a shimmering red blue like wave.
You're hanging out with the wrong humans, Alex.
That's normal over here in Ohio.
And while they are doing actually,
pollution.
you're thinking a stand-up job of blending into the crowd, right? You catch them. They're watching your booth.
Maxi will make a point of calling out the spotter into the comm.
Shawn, once you get that, you're able to tag them in your system.
Sorry, I missed that, Maxi.
So the camera is now tracking them. You're seeing now, Shawn, as you kind of get more of a look, they're wearing 6-inch like stiletto heels,
Okay.
right? Again, everything is slit on their latex bodysuit to reveal enough, but never anything that would like they could walk back out in the street and not get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
They're live. You'd guess without the heels, this is again where you're thinking maybe cyber in the legs, but well done. Probably without the heels stands 6'7", 6'8". So with the heels, just over 7 feet.
I'm really sorry about this, but that's a huge bitch.
And just lithe, lean muscle. Right? Not like skinny fat, not like anything like that, but like very proportional, like strongly built where they don't have cybernetic implants. And you can see at least 4 or 5.
Quick note back to everybody. It's like, this one is super dangerous. Be careful.
So in the booth, Zed was focused on using the kit to grab all the information we need.
It takes you about 12 minutes to do everything. You do a triple scan just to give your glam as much data as possible. So you do a front on, a side and a side. Now the system is recommending you do 2 3/4 scans if you've got time. Right? Retinal's done. Chipped only takes a second. Fingerprints are done. But facial recognition stuff is difficult.
So we've got the 3 regular scans at the 12 minutes.
Yep.
And now it's basically like, can we do the extra scans? That's where we're at. Okay.
Yep.
So plan wise, what would happen is we would leave out that back door. Vixen could bring the dancers back in, take over as Bosco, and there's other arm candy and elite guards that'll swap in for all 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
So at the point that I've got the bare minimum, I will check in with the other 2 and say, okay, I'd like a few more minutes to do a better scan, but what's
Maxi, give me another perception check.
the lowdown?
You still feel like you haven't made somebody.
Maxi will report back. Caught 1 spotter. There's still somebody else out there, at least 1 other.
Maxi, give me a...
Can I make a tactics check?
Yes.
Well, he's at that. You said I was able to get like pulse rates and kind of like vitals for most of the people around here. It's filtered. I'm going to tweak the filter. I'm looking because like everybody's amped up. Everybody's like jamming to the music. I'm looking for the people who are calmer.
The problem that you've got is that while people will externally appear amped up, some of the narcotics they take lower their heart and breathing rates significantly.
Yeah,
so
but
it throws off your filters.
Yeah,
right, but I can at least
coming back.
Give it a shot. Give me another software check.
I can use that then to cross-correlate with the people I've already marked as, safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maxi, what'd you get for tactics?
26.
If it was you would have no less than 3 people in this room right now. Right? You'd have them spaced, so they're not going to be anywhere near each other. So when you're looking for the next ones, you know not to look near the first one that you spotted.
Of course.
Right? But you would be shocked if there was less than 3 in here. Now, here's the thing. Now that they've let in the standby guest list for people who didn't show up who were on the primary, you're guessing that there's between 700 and 800 people in the building. Shawn, what'd you get?
56.
You're still coming up with 30 possibles. You've managed to isolate out all but like 5%, but again,
I'm gonna like flag those for Maxi to give a second look at.
And while you're flagging those for
Maxi doesn't have cyber to look at them.
Yeah, Maxi is reporting back to Chone the approximate positions of where he believes these people would be.
That takes it down to 14
based on tactics.
Run those through facial rec. What I can do for like.
Oh, you have an IoT lake up. Give me another software check.
So while this is all happening, Zed is doing the other facial scans.
37 for me.
Okay. It flags 4 beyond her. It flags 4 because 2 of them have long lists of felonies, right? Long criminal records. And 2 of them are identified as likely intelligence operatives that the IOG had flagged.
Okay. I will basically ping that information to Maxi's glow.
Maxi doesn't have his glow with him.
Oh, that's right. He's bare naked, doesn't he? Then I will
essentially-
describe through audio comm, not quancom.
Because Maxi doesn't have a Quancom either.
No, he doesn't. I'll be like, you're 9 o'clock, gentleman with the
Okay,
whip.
so the gentleman who has a
you're
whip
2 o'clock.
is wearing blue Daisy Duke shorts over cybernetic legs that look like a satyr's legs, right? Bare chested, but fully cybered out in the chest, like subcutaneous armor, full arm replacement, right? And heavily tattooed over whatever's left, right? With like a long, like devil style goatee and has literal physical cyber horns coming out of his head,
Ow.
right? That guy's standing about 6'10".
That's how we find them. Look for the tallest people in the damn room.
Ironically, the third one is the opposite. She's 4'11 and a half, maybe, right? Now, granted, she's wearing 5-inch heels, so that's pushing her up a little bit. But Maxi, you clock her in at maybe 115 pounds, right? And again, you start noticing this, she looks like a fresh cybered one because her movements are still like people who've had like bone replacement or limb replacement with cyber, even when they use fib skin over it to hide it, they don't move right for the first few weeks after they get the replacements.
The movements are still unnatural.
Yeah, the movements are natural, and that's what clicks you, right? Chone does it, and then as you watch her kind of like dance and walk around the room, her movements have that like
It's like Elaine from Seinfeld
worse,
dancing.
right? It's like
Me dancing.
almost jerky, right? Because she doesn't quite have the feel for the strength and agility of her new limbs, right? She is got like tan skin, black hair with like bright red streaks through it. Again, very long fingernails. She's wearing basically a strip for a top, right? And bikini bottoms with tall heels. But yeah, you think you've tagged all 3.
Over
Now,
comms,
Otters-
Chone sees
Otters
that
have been
and
made.
very quietly mutters, none of them are into girls.
So at what point during all of this does Zed complete the scans?
Zed's done right now, and Zed's very focused on the scans and doing what Zed is doing. Zed focuses the scans, and right as he hears Maxi say, I've tagged all 3. And you're not really sure of the context of that conversation because you weren't paying attention to them.
So then Zed will come back.
Maxi, give
and
me another tactics roll.
and say,
Tactics.
Are they moving towards the booth? I'm
No,
sorry, Caleb.
they're
Okay.
nope.
tagged who? Do we have eyes on bad guys?
We have something. There's some standouts here in the crowd, but they're not moving in. So I think you're okay.
That tactics roll was not as good.
What'd you get?
A 9,
Okay.
What did you roll on the D20?
a 2.
Oof.
Okay.
At least it wasn't a 1.
So, Cho, no, they're not moving toward the booth. In fact, they're doing their absolute level best to blend in with the crowd.
Okay.
And again, that's why you're pretty sure that's why Maxi had a hell of a time tagging them and why it took kind of a combined effort of both of you, right? Like individually, your stuff, like when you were running your software initially, when you started your surveillance checks, didn't pick up on any one of these three. It wasn't until Maxi tagged the first one and kind of said, okay, here and here, that you were able to narrow down enough. So again, it was kind of a combination push between the two of you that finally made you isolate all three.
So now that we have them tagged, can I run back through the previous footage? Did they come in with our target? Did they come in separately?
Separately.
Okay. Were they did they seem to be keeping an eye on him? Or do I see what they're like? I know they're playing it cool like Maxi is, but is there any way I can tell what the object of their attention is?
Do you have investigation or tactics?
I believe I do have tactics. Let me double check. No, I have counterintelligence. Never mind.
Based on
surveillance.
Zed catching up with all of this, could I do an investigation or a tactics check?
You can.
If that doesn't come up, then I'm going to see if I can, if they're on a radio link or a closed network, if they've got comms, see if I can get into them.
Give me
24 investigation.
Give me an intelligence check,
Nice.
Shawn.
I feel like
20,
like
not dirty.
they haven't moved toward the booth, but they are moving among the crowd. They are keeping their respective distances, but they are shifting.
They're holding their
perhaps.
zones, Maxi.
Yeah, perhaps they also probably have spotted that they've been spotted.
Shawn, 99 chances out of 100 they have a quancom. If they're communicating, they're doing it with a quancom. Now you know what it's theoretically possible, and you know if people have done it, they've tapped quancom.
Yeah,
but not without another quantum
serious
computer behind them.
Yeah,
which you don't happen to have under the table.
No.
What'd you get for your tactics, Zed?
I had investigation 24.
3 inside means 6 at least outside. But here's the thing. This is where it gets tricky in your brain, Zed. A party this size that you guys have been promoting, half a dozen corps have probably put random intelligence agents in here just to see what the fuck was going on. Oh, wait. We might be back.
We're back.
We might be back.
We're
Chat,
back.
let me know if we're back.
I can see us.
Okay. That
I'm
was
still
weird.
loading.
The pipeline and Twitch kept cycling. Stupid OBS. All right.
Yeah. We're on about a 6-second delay right now.
Yeah. So you don't know. You're not sure. Could be nothing. Could be something.
All right. So again, to Maxi and Shawn, I will say I've got what we need from our target. Do we slip out quietly? Do we cause a scene and make a distraction? What do you feel?
Before I answer that, do I have a location on Adeline? Is she here yet?
Adeline's on the space station.
I thought she was going to be here. Yeah, we invited her. She was going to come.
I don't have that in my notes. You should call her.
Then she's not here.
No, she's not in the building.
Okay. Then I'm guessing, based on the GM's response, that they're not after her. So I don't have to warn her. There we go. That made that really easy. I would say if we can get out, we might want to, but I don't know if we need to cause a distraction.
If you have plans to ramp up the party from here, do it now so we can leave. We have 3 spotters inside that we have tagged. They have not made any moves toward our
Zed,
booth.
you have a quancom and a fucking watcher, so Shawn can pipe that line to you.
Yeah. And I do so.
Yeah, I feel like with the two of us having a quancom, that's just kind of a constant stream of echoing what they're doing.
It's a little much to do all the time.
No, just in
from
moments
a
like
sensory
this.
input, but yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was one time where I tried to watch what they were doing with hacking, and like, I had a hangover.
So you, Zed, you don't have a plan for a ramp up. In fact, really, you're ramping down in about 2 hours. But you feel pretty good about the back entrance.
Okay.
What about the exit from the club, though?
No, and by back he means not the service dock, but the one next to the service dock.
Never mind. That was for you, Dot.
So
Maxi says over comms. Maxi says over comms. If we need a distraction, I have an idea.
I also have ideas. I would like to know what your idea is.
Are those 2 grenades?
Those
Pants aren't that
grenades.
tight.
Vixen goes, do you want me to bring the performers back in for dude?
The pants are that tight. And that's part of the distraction.
Yeah, so I will say to Vixen, yeah, bring him back in and let's swap. So the three of us will go out that back door.
She brings the performers back in, and they get back into the actions that they were taking.
Maxi steps forward
As Elio went out.
among the performers.
Oh, nice.
Like, as the performers come in, Maxi like steps forward and like splits the performers. And this is where an athletics check and acrobatics check come into play as Maxi starts doing a magic mic routine.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Zed suddenly stops and is very distracted.
That for the athletic or for acrobatics or athletics first?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics first is a 22.
You very deftly take off your pants.
Oh, it is
Clipping.
It is a clipping. It's a very quick and stylized move. I think Maxi's going to take advantage of the performers' natural inclinations, the moves that they are doing, and Maxi is, for a better part, improving with these dancers.
Oh, they're all about it, right?
Yeah.
Because all of them, so there is, all of them present with the same type of genitalia as Maxi.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
And
it
just turns into a thing.
And then the athletics check is a 31. I rolled a nat 20.
We're gonna line and veil right there.
Yep.
So we don't get a Twitch TOS.
No, there is. I'll just say from a athletics perspective, there is a move that looks very similar to like a. What's the best way? It's like a handspring into a split into like a standing bend.
As
So,
you
like,
do that, Elio gives you a standing ovation. And
With his hands, or
little bit of everything. Shawn and Zed, you're able to slip out the back. And not the regular back entrance, but the back entrance.
This is the best episode we've ever done.
Maxi, the performers, and actually I'm going to leave this up to you, because again, we're going to line and veil this a little bit. The performers basically invite you to finish the performance with them. It'll take about
Maxi's
20
waiting.
minutes.
Maxi is waiting to hear on comm if his crew got out.
Yeah, they're out the door.
Maxi will accept the invitation on the premise that at the end of this, the performers escort him out the back. Like he leaves with the performers,
for sure.
and the performers cover his exit.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Maxi
so
will
Zed
finish
and
the show.
Shawn, Maxi's about 20 minutes behind you. As you leave, you get the text back from Adeline. She said, couldn't make the party. Do you want to pick up?
I just hold my glow up to Zed. It's like, I don't think we really need that, but
Before we respond,
You've got surveillance in the room with Maxi.
I know it's like I think Maxi's done all the pickup we need for tonight.
so we have dressed down as civilians for our exit.
Yep.
Vixen and
You've basically got tracksuits on over what you were wearing before because taking the other stuff off just is too much of a pain in the ass.
right, the Vixen and another staff member have taken our 2 spots as Bosco and Arm Candy. So before we respond to Adeline, I'll say to Chone, can you see if anybody's tracking us or if the people that were inside
Give me an
have
insight
reacted
check.
differently to us leaving and Vixen going in as us?
What did you ask for?
Insight.
Alex? Oh my god, I have that. Wow, cool. That's a 15.
You guys are like level 10 now.
I don't use these skills that often.
You think you've probably got.
We might be level 10, but I have a number of skills that
Put it
have
this way.
0.
So do I.
Chone, you think that you've probably got at least a 4 or 5 minute head start. If anybody's noticed, they haven't noticed yet. You've probably got some time. And
Okay.
if they do, they're not going to notice fast enough to grab you.
What about Maxi though? So I maintain the surveillance until Maxi gets out.
Oh, but how are you 2 leaving? Adeline's again asking if you need a pickup right now. You're not going back out to the front to grab that limo again. How are you getting away from the building?
Yeah, this is before the 20 minutes.
Yeah, you've got time.
Sorry.
Well, then, if no one is immediately noticing the ruse,
Yep.
then the 2 of us, as in comfy tracksuits, as regular party goers / Vegas gamblers, we can just disappear into the crowd.
There's no crowd where you're at. Because you got to remember, you did this one at one that was off strip.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I presume we're coming out like on an alley, which would lead us to a main road away from what's going on.
But not where there's a crowd.
And again, Zed's approximation would be that there's likely 6 to 7 others outside watching.
You gonna take the pickup or not?
I think we should take the pickup.
I'm going to respond back. What do you mean by pickup?
As you're standing there text that, she pulls up in a black sedan and hits the little down thing on the window and goes, a pickup.
Oh, okay.
She goes,
Hi.
so you jump in, she flips down the screen and hits a button. She goes, you know we track surveillance, right? And she points to the screen and there's Maxi. 10 minutes into the 20-minute show.
Chone is going to I want to very quickly hack her system and pixelate certain things.
You can give it a shot. Give me a software
His
check.
face.
It's
Pixelate his face, please.
It's an IOG system. As she drives away, she goes, was this part your idea?
59.
As she looks
Of
at
course.
Zed.
Yeah, of course.
All part of the service. Well, not this part or those
Oh.
parts.
We're
Sorry,
all
there's-
inclusive.
Sorry I
Sean.
couldn't make
There's-
the party. But it looks like Maxi's having a really great time.
Clearly,
Well,
Did you all get what you needed?
Maxi has done this before.
I would say that our mission was a success.
Can
I
you-
can't answer for Maxi right
She
now.
goes, here's the deal. I need a fucking burrito. Can you please find a way to get a hold of Maxi, and when he's done with that piece, have him meet us at the ABC store over on Fauntleroy. I need a burrito, and it's as good a place as any.
Yeah, as soon as he's done, I can comment.
Okay.
I will make sure that Vixen is also aware of getting him out of the building with some of the other performers as cover.
We'll get him into the building. I need a burrito. She points again at the screen, and she goes, points at Zed in the front seat next to her. She goes, your idea.
Yeah. It worked. We got what we needed.
Sign me up for a burrito too. I haven't eaten anything in 6 hours.
Fair enough. We're not going to Del Taco. Okay? Just.
No.
If you were going to suggest that.
No.
Just,
why would I do that? That's not real.
I am not drunk enough to go to Del Taco.
How drunk are you?
Not drunk at all. And that's why I won't go to Del Taco. And that's
Fair
where we're
enough.
going to end tonight's episode. Because that's where I want to stop. Because that was
We can't
great.
top Maxi's performance.
By the way, I would like to shout out Dot in the chat tonight, who is very upset that we went through this whole thing without her. I'm sorry, Dot. We love you. You inspire everyone to
Clearly.
take it up to that next notch. Because Dot started the trend of taking it to the next notch. So thank you all, Dot.
All of Dot.
Thank you all. We did all the intros at the beginning of the show. Everybody, go buy tickets for a Catacon. Go check out 0.5 Past. Go check out Redemption, which is back to running again.
Smuggler's Blues.
Smuggler's Blues. Right? They've got such a long-running Star Wars thingy. You can find it on YouTube. You can find all your favorite.
We got a long-running thingy.
It's a very
Tales of
long
RPGs.
thing.
It's still going. That
I
thingy is just...
will probably all be back with you tomorrow on the Gamers Heaven channel. Again, we did intros. Come back and watch us. Go check us out, youtube.com/Identico. We love you, and we'll be back again in 2 weeks.
Thanks, folks.
With possibly a slightly less horny version of
Nope.
Chaos Inc.
Nope.
Full horn.
It only goes up from here.
This goes to 11.
You're not what you appear to be. They don't know you like I do. No one knows but me.
Chaos Incorporated is Kaylee as Chone, Michael as Maxi, Dot as Stitches, Caleb as Zed, and Alex is your game runner. You can learn more about the game we play on this podcast by going to www.playidentico.com. You can join us live for these sessions every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific over on twitch.tv/Identico. And you can watch along with past episodes and see additional content like how to play videos over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Identico. And finally, you can follow along with us on the socials at Identico on Twitter and at Humanoid Games on Threads and Instagram. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll see you next week.